He is main eventing Bellator 298 on Showtime, August 11th from Sioux Falls. I think a place might be a little bit familiar to him. We'll get into that and all. Logan Storley will be facing Brennan Ward, and this is an opportunity to get another title shot, and Logan Storley is raring to go. Thank you so much, Logan. First of all, just tell us about Bellator 298 main eventing August 11th on Showtime from Sioux Falls.
Yeah, I get to go fight back home. I'm excited for that opportunity. I fought home a couple times. So, it's great not many fighters get to go back to their home area and fight, and especially in one of the biggest promotions. So that's always, it's an honor to get to go home. And, now I got a big fight on my hands and I'm excited for it.
Now, Logan, do you have someone handling all these family and friend requests you're going to be getting, or is that something you're going to be involved in too? I hope not.
No, we got all that handled pretty early. So it was, pretty simple. And this is, I think, will be my 7th or 8th fight there. So now we kind of got it all handled and figured out.
Hey, what is it like now? You're going up against Brennan Ward, a knockout guy. I'm curious this part of it, Logan. Let me ask it this way. So your last fight was against Amasov, the champ. He won the title, or now he won the title. So he won the championship from you. I'm curious, when you're training for your next fight, because you're 14-2, your only 2 losses have been to this guy. The last time you lost to him, obviously, racked up the wins. How do you train? Do you train differently after a loss, or not necessarily? It's about training for the opponent, or not even that?
Yeah, you just have to go back to the drawing board and you learn from your mistakes. That's what you have to do, especially in the sport of MMA is, like you said, my 2 losses are to one of the best guys in the world, any weight class, any promotion. And, our first one was a split decision. Last one, was a 5-round fight, and kind of got to my leg early, changed the game plan a little bit for me. But, I got to keep doing what I'm good at, and you can't change too much and try to do a whole new game plan or become a whole new version of yourself. You keep adding those things, those little things. For me, I'm a wrestler through and through. That's who I've been since as a 5-year-old. So I'm going to, continue to get those skills better. And then you continue to add your striking skills, BJJ skills, and make sure that it's just all getting better, each day. Just that little, that 1%, of trying to get your skills better makes a big difference.
That does make a big difference. You're training in a great facility, and I want to go to that, but I first want to ask you this too. So you've got Brennan Ward coming up for this big fight, main event, August 11th on Showtime, Bellator 298. And I'm curious, as you're explaining that too, you don't want to look ahead. I understand that. But are there things that you picked up from those 2 losses against him, against Amasov, that you're hoping to get another crack at him, another chance at him? You win this fight, and then I know you don't want to look too far ahead, but are there things that you pick up fighting someone like that that's like, okay, I got to get past Brennan Ward, and then I'm going for the title again? Is that part of the mindset?
Yeah, I think that's for any fighter, especially when you're, a top guy, is that you want to get back to, for me, get my belt back. That's what you're shooting for is, never look ahead. It's been like that with wrestling. You got to wrestle who's in front of you first. With fighting, you got to take care of that fight in front of you. That's your most important fight. But yeah, of course, you want to get that belt back and become the best in the world.
What have you learned so far about yourself during this MMA career?
It's been a fun journey. It started in 2015. It's crazy how the transition goes from first starting, getting out of college and starting to fighting the best guys in the world on the biggest stage. So it's been a fun journey. You don't realize how fast it goes. I've been in the sport for 8 years now already. But it's certain fights that really define you, and you make those big jumps. And so it's been fun to go back and kind of look at those older fights and say, wow, what a difference from 2015 to 2018, and 2018 when I first 17, I think, first started with Bellator, to now completely different fighter. So it's fun to look back and see those jumps, and that's just staying consistent and trusting in my coaches and in the plan, really. So for me, it's rewarding to look back.
Logan, how cool is it still to be a main event guy, your former champion, wanting to get that title back and being on Showtime?
Yeah, it's fun. It's exciting. I'm excited to get back out there, show my skills, have a dominant performance, and get back in that winning column and see what's next. And so for me, that's really all I'm worried about is August 11th, Brennan Ward, Friday night, Showtime, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and I'm excited.
Let's dabble into your background training and Sanford MMA, which is now Kill Cliff FC in South Florida in Deerfield Beach. How did you find it? And what has that been like working with everybody over there, Henry Hoof and the whole gang over there?
Yeah, 2015, I went to Phoenix with Ryan Bader, and then I moved over to Vegas for a year, and then I came down and lived with Michael Chandler when it was Hard Knocks at first. Went from Combat Club to Hard Knocks, and that's, Robbie Lawler, Mike Chandler, Luke Rockhold, three guys that, we all have the same agent. And so that's kind of how it started. And I've been here since 2017.
And also, I should mention also Greg Jones, because you have an outstanding wrestling background, and Greg. So also, what was it like being there and having someone like Greg there as well?
Yeah, three-time NCAA champ, one of the best to ever do it. So it's always fun to get to pick his brain and have his help for little positions, because he competed against the best in the world, and he was one of the best in the world. So it's great to have a guy like that in our room.
And Steve Mowry, one of your teammates there, is also going to be on this card. Can you just, I know it's your focus on your fight and all, but could you give us a little something on Steve?
Yeah, Steve, I'm excited to watch this fight for Steve. Obviously, I won't be, I'll be right after, so I have to probably go back and really rewatch it. But Steve, he's got a big opportunity to make a big jump here. The last time, with the eye poke. So I think if Steve uses his length and his jab, he can have a really successful night.
Will Hoof be in your corner? Who's going to be in your corner at Sioux Falls?
I'll have Robbie Lawler, Jason Strout, and Wayne Hoganson. So that'll be good.
The triple threat will be in his corner. Yes, Logan Storley. Hey, we're going to wrap this up. Before we wrap this up, though, I've got to go here. I love pro wrestling. That's a big thing. I interview a lot of the pro wrestlers. And in learning about your background, Webster High School, Brock Lesnar, University of Minnesota, Brock Lesnar. Did you get to meet Brock? What has that been like? And is WWE in the cards maybe in the future?
So I met Brock when I was really young. We had the same high school wrestling coach. I got to go out with Brock and train at his place my 8th grade freshman year for a week, and then I went out there quite a few times my senior year and spent some time with Tony Ferguson. And so obviously I've been in contact with Brock. It was awesome watching him grow up when he was in the UFC, go to WWE, vice versa. I've really enjoyed having that, seeing a guy from the same small town go and do great things, helps your confidence a little bit. And as far as the WWE, you never say no to any opportunity. So I guess it'd be fun.
Logan Storley. We got to come up with a nickname, Logan. We're going to have to go with a WWE nickname. Oh, that's what we're going to We're working on it. I'm going to send you stuff. We're going to work on that. All right.
That sounds good.
Yes. Logan's on board. Watch out, WWE. Another one in the world. Hey, Shelton Benjamin, Brock Lesnar, Gable, Steveson now.
Yeah.
So we could have Logan Storley down the road. That's it. There we go.
Right.
The Fab Four. The new Four Horsemen.
Yeah.
Logan, I'm curious too, because of Gable winning the Olympics and everything. I don't know. Have you had any conversation with him? He's another University of Minnesota guy. Just your thoughts there, and we'll wrap this up.
Yeah, obviously there's for anybody who's a competitor fighting out, especially a wrestler fighting something, MMA comes up. And for him right now, I think the biggest thing is to focus on his professional wrestling career and his amateur wrestling career. We don't know, what exactly it looks like next year. So for him, he's got to focus on that. And then maybe down the line, MMA can definitely come into his world. So I'm excited to see his future and kind of what that looks like.
And Logan, I know you got to do other media. I just have to throw this real quick. I know that you're an accomplished high school wrestler, college wrestler. You have the credentials. You're there. And I'm curious, did you watch Gable Steveson's championship match and that incredible comeback at the Olympics?
Yeah, that was a special moment, one of the greatest matches we've ever seen. And it will definitely be in the history books for forever.
We're in that University of Minnesota colors proud. And so did Logan Storley. Logan Storley, Bellator 298 main event versus Brennan Ward, August 11th on Showtime. Thank you so much, Logan. Go get him.
Thank you. Appreciate it.